Hey guys, me Dave. It's 10/14/2020. It's like 1 p.m. So I was gonna take a break from the videos. I still am. It's just something bothers me. I get really bothered by misinformation and people who out there, you know, giving their opinion as facts. And so I was laying in bed and I'm thinking about everyone. Well, there's a few people out there that they think they're going through the DHS fusion centers for the gang stalking and what, the surveillance or something. I'm confused. And it doesn't make any sense. The more I'm laying in bed, I'm like thinking about this. Like fusion centers, and why do people think that? Who started that rumor? Was it Targeted Justice? They don't know what the heck's going on. Targeted Justice, they came up with a chart and everything. It's opinions, you guys. That's their opinion. They even say that on their website. It's not fact. I know they act like they have a bunch of secret information. They can't name names and, oh my God, somebody tell them this and that, a judge and I don't believe it. You know, they're trying to be the most popular group out there. But anyway, I was thinking about the DHS fusion centers that people are saying they're going through for the stalking and all this stuff. It isn't happening. It's not happening. Like somebody said that they're, I don't know, who are they telling? The DHS is telling what? Who? The government? That we're people of interest to get more money so we can be surveilled? And they're telling people that we are people of interest and we might be on a terrorist watch list and all this stuff. It's not true. It's not true at all. They're not doing that. I've seen what's going on in my program, and they're not going through the fusion centers. We have a fusion center in Minneapolis. It has nothing to do with my program, and I'm a big target. It has nothing to do with my program. So who's doing the surveillance through the DHS fusion center? Who? The gang stalkers? Is that what they're saying? Is it the FBI doing the surveillance? Is it? I mean, it just, people don't know what they're talking about. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So they're saying the fusion centers are running the gang stalkers, which is totally not true. I know who runs the gang stalkers. Everyone, there's a lot of people who know who run the gang stalkers. I used to talk to a girl, and she was right on who runs the gang stalkers. So people are beating this fusion center thing to death. It's just not true. You gotta have proof. We need to see proof of that. You guys. Remember, now this came from Dr. Duncan. Remember, the FBI, the CIA, these intelligence agencies know everything about us. They know everything about us. They know we're not a criminal, we're not a terrorist, and all this stuff. That's ridiculous stuff. The perps want you to think that. They want you to think that. People just don't understand they're in a psyop. They just don't get it. And they repeat. Are they real? I don't know. If you go on those calls, half of that information is misinformation. Those people, I stopped at a call yesterday. They were talking about there's 43,000 satellites in the sky and all that stuff. I fact checked that, and I'll fact check it again right now. I believe there was 4,200 satellites in the sky, not 1,000, 4,200. Actually, there's only as of April 2020, there were a total of 2,600 satellites. Now they were saying on the call last night that there was 42,000 satellites, and there's there's no room for anything up there because there's so many satellites. Okay, that's misinformation. You know, so there's 2,600 satellites in orbit right now, according to Google. Not 42,000. There ain't 42,000. They're not going to put another 42,000 up there. People hear things on these calls and they don't do research, and then they repeat it to the public as truth. Sorry, I'm chewing tobacco. So I don't know. I just I don't care what people do. It's just you're giving the public misinformation. So we need to see proof of they're going to the fusion centers. We need to see something in writing. We need some kind of proof that they're doing that. I don't think they're doing that personally. There's multiple agencies involved in our programs, and they know exactly who we are. They know we're not criminals. They know we're not people of interest. They know I'm not a rapist, or I'm not a terrorist. I'm not on a terrorist watch list like everyone says, and they're not going through the FISA courts. And you wouldn't be watched by gang stalkers. You'd be watched by the FBI. We're not. They're surveilling us through radar and stuff like that. The contractors are. But we're not being surveilled by the FBI or the CIA or the police. The gang stalkers are meeting us somewhere when we go somewhere and all that stuff. We're not really being in-person surveilled. They're not going to the FISA courts and they're saying, oh, well, he might be meeting up with a Russian operative today. Let's follow him. And, they know everything about us. They know we're not criminals. I don't know how to get through to people. And they're never going to change. They're going to keep on giving misinformation like they always do. But they're not going through the fusion centers. The closest one to me is in Minneapolis. Like South Minneapolis or South St. Paul. It's like 4 hours away. 3.5 hours away, They're not controlling my gang stalkers. I know who controls my gang stalkers. I'm not going to say it, but I know who controls them. I've seen it firsthand in my program. When I was getting upset. I've seen it. I've seen someone pull up and talk to the gang stalkers that they recruit. I've seen it. People are wrong out there. They're wrong, and they have no proof to back it up. None. They have no proof to back it up. So, this is all black budget stuff. Okay, so you got the CIA, the FBI, the police know a little bit what's going on. I used to have a cop out there 24/7 when I was getting tortured really hard. Do you think that cop was sitting out there saying, well, this guy's a person of interest? Maybe he's a terrorist or something, and that's why they're torturing the heck out of him 24/7. That's not happening. That's not happening. I mean, it's not happening. It's just, I don't know. We need proof. People should stop talking about that stuff. Because, look for some proof that, well, Targeted Justice made a chart of their opinions that isn't fact. And some guy told them that they're going to the fusion centers, right to the fusion center, and get a FOIA request. Waste of time. Waste of time. They're gonna, they're gonna think you're crazy if you do that. I'm telling you, do all this nonsense. I did it. Nothing came back on me. It's a waste of time. Do all these FOIA requests, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna write to the FISA court. They're gonna think you're crazy doing all this stuff. There ain't no record of us anywhere. We're not criminals. Most of us aren't. But they're not going through the fusion centers. It doesn't make any sense. I was laying down and I was thinking about it. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So they're telling the government that we're people of interest to get more money for surveillance on us. Who's surveilling us? Who? The contractors are with these weapons. They're surveilling us. And then you got the gang stalkers meeting us wherever we go. They're just told to go there. We'll go there and stand or say part of a skit or something. They don't know anything. Well, you're a person of interest. By the way, say part of a skit. Okay? Does that make any sense? Does that make sense? It just doesn't make any sense. And who cares what these scumbags think of us anyway? They're the criminals. A lot of these, they use a lot of criminals. They cut them a break in their sentence, or they let them off with they're low-level criminals that they cut a break to. And that's how they get them involved in this stuff, in this gang stalking and stuff. So I just want to make that point. A lot of people don't make any sense on what they're talking about, and they have no proof. So I wouldn't take their word worth of anything. I would listen to Duncan, FBI, CIA. They know everything about us. And they know we're not terrorists and all this stuff. They know everything about us our whole life, and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. And I gotta take a break. There's too much misinformation out there. And they're beating it to death, You got to, a couple of TIs out there that are making videos saying they're going through ask them for proof. You have proof? We need to see proof of that. We really do. You have proof of that besides Targeted Justice website? We need to see proof of that. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.